inmate at the Lackawanna County Jail. To accept this call, press 0. To refuse this call, hang up or press 1. To prevent calls from this facility, press 9. This call is from a correction facility and is subject to monitoring and recording. If you are an attorney and do not want this call recorded, please hang up and call 570-963-6639, extension 4522, or extension 0 after business hours. Thank you for using Global Tellink.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning, Shawn.
I am still in administrative segregation today. I spoke to Lieutenant 2 days ago, and Lieutenant Walsh, and he said no one knew why I was here, and I said there's absolutely no paper trail why you put me in here, and I was supposed to get moved back to population, and I'm still here.
Wow. It seems like they don't know what the hell they're doing. Yeah, I understand. Hey, let me share this story with you. I don't know if it applies to your situation, but it's like another man's life. But there's a guy by the name of Free Laser, and 38 years ago, a sodomite who had tried to kill him before broke down the door to his house and came at him with a meat cleaver while he was on the telephone. And Free Laser killed him because he came into his own house and he killed him while he was in his own house. And it was before the Castle Doctrine, and he got sent to jail for second-degree murder. And he should have only spent 8 years in prison at the very most. But he's still in prison after 37 years, and I think he's on 7 months. 37 years and 7 months, he's still in prison. And what he says is every time he comes up for parole, he's one of these guys who does he does grievances, and he writes up all the problems he sees every time they take advantage of somebody. And they send in another cellmate to try to kill him. And every time he sees anybody doing anything wrong, he writes it up. So every time he comes up for parole, the guards make sure that he has an IR, incident write-up, on him. And that way that prevents him from getting parole. And he's been doing that for 38 years. And it's like they're never going to let him out because they just learned to hate him. The guards, they've like teamed up against him. Anyway, I just, yeah.
You know what happens too is like in this state here in PA, if you don't admit to guilt, they won't give you parole. So
right.
Yeah, it's a shame, man. It's a draconian system. Like people always talk about convicts like they want parole back. Convicts did away with parole in the 80s because it was too stupid. Like it's a draconian system. It shouldn't be in place. You're giving the prison too much authority over court order, and at other times they won't use the authority. So yeah, I mean, I think I read a little bit about him in the newsletter one time with the X.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, somebody comes into your house, it's casual doctrine before casual doctrine and self-defense. It's funny we're talking about this because they had the Atlanta cops today. They shot the dude. Excuse me, I will sign it today. And they might be getting charged today. And I've been watching it on the news so far, and from what I saw, I mean, the officers did the right thing for public safety with the judgment call. The guy had a taser, he was drunk, he's running around red. They shot him. I think it was the right judgment call. The Atlanta mayor was the one that actually got him fired, which I find funny because Trump fires people without due process like Comey. They want to impeach him. And charge him. So I'm wondering why the Atlanta mayor isn't getting charged. But, it's funny, like, it just reminds me because all these cops getting charged, now the cops know how it feels. All the times that they've held innocent citizens accountable, justified self-defense, casual doctrine, stand your ground, all this other stuff. So now the cops that are doing it, because obviously it takes CEOs to hold you in jail, it takes cops to charge you. Now they know how it feels. Now, I don't agree with the fact that they should have to know how it feels, because I don't want them to not protect our society. But at the same time, guys like Free Laser or a guy comes to your house with a weapon and you have every right to put him down. Those cops are finding out right now what it's like to be on the other side of the fence.
Right. Right. I agree, man. They have ignored our cause for so long. It's almost like the Lord is going to show them, like, you have ignored this problem of, treating citizens with police brutality, and the criminal justice system is so corrupt that he's going to expose it for everybody to see.
Yeah, I think it's coming out, man. People are flipping right now. Here I saw Wilkes-Barre City right next to me. They trying to take down the Christopher Columbus statue. Like, I'm part Native American, and my viewpoint is we have to accept the good, the bad with history. And I don't like black or white revisionist history at all. But we're starting this stuff right now, and it's crazy because we watched with the Bundy. We saw them basically put Benedict down. They lost 2 rounds of ammunition. The FBI gets ammunition issued to them, something that you want to forget about with me. They put Benedict down, massive response force to white protesters. We watched Standard Rock with the Native Americans. We're getting just a massive amount of force to Native American protesters. We got black protesters, and nobody's doing nothing. And I think what we're doing now is we want to get on the sideline race. So they can start a race. Well, I think they can what? The rule now is to be black the better to one. And I find it funny with everything going on right now that Black Lives Matter, the initial report on BLM, and the Bundy initial Bureau of Land Management is BLM. So I don't know if there's anything to that, but I found that really interesting in my notes.
Say that again, Sean?
Remember how the Bundy with the Bureau of Land Management, everybody said it was the BLM these Bundys were going after?
Oh, yeah. I rember that. Yep.
I find it funny that Black Lives Matter has the same initial.
Right.
Just stuff that I noticed, man. I got way too much time on my hands. I've always noticed with the kids that they go into that numerology and stuff, kind of like the fallout numerology, letters, codes. And probably call me crazy. It's all documented and it's all out there information. But crazy, man. Hey, it's also been a wonderful 3 months now since I spoke with the Wyoming Police Department, and I still have not been able to file a written report on my vehicle being stolen.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, man. I screamed. I actually did scream to Google, man. I think it was my first detention. My first second ago, and I had so many I forget. But it was out here in Pennsylvania, and I screamed. I was like, you know what? I demand equal protection. I screamed that at the magistrate judge. And, it's funny because, I have a car that's stolen. It's an old police car. Obviously, I do not support cops out in an old police vehicle. I just support criminals. I'm sorry, I don't support criminals. Criminal cops. I don't support either one. But, my vehicle's been gone. I can't file a police report on it. I can't file an insurance claim until I file a police report, even though I've already filed an insurance claim. And it's nutty, man. In my case, they've had so much stuff go missing, and now they have a vehicle missing. So I don't know what excuse they're going to give me. Maybe Antifa destroyed it. You have to worry about it getting vandalized now with all these looters running around. But I don't know what excuse you're going to give me, but it's absolutely insane. I brought it up to my standby counselor. I brought it up to the prison here. And now I have a vehicle, which I still have the title to. I have a copy of the title to in my cell on my manila folder, the legal envelope. Oh, I'm sorry, not awake yet. My manila folder, I have a copy of it, and I can't get anywhere with it. It's just very, very sad.
Yeah. You know, going back to what you said about Christopher Columbus, I saw a comment that I thought was pretty good. It said, history is not for something for us to like or dislike. It's there for us to learn from. And if you destroy your history, you can't learn from it. And not only that, but them not letting you report your car stolen is so evil, man. I mean, they should be able to take a report from you for your stolen car just like they do anybody else. And the fact they're not doing that, it just goes to show how corrupt the whole system is, you know?
Yeah, that's what I really think. You know, I mean, and it's funny with the history. I mean, they like to destroy stuff. I mean, it's crazy, man. I mean, I got just so much stuff, man. I mean, I was going through my transcripts the other day, and this is something funny. I got in document 270 on my case on page 5, line 5. I'm cross-examining Deputy United States Marshal Nick Hennepin, and he's telling me that Agent Leo Segura was not at my house that day, the day of the raid, on June 20th, 2018. And on the same document, docket 270, page 9, line 6, 4 pages away, the same U.S. Marshal in the same cross-examination is saying, yes, I witnessed him, signed the short warrant while we were at the residence. I mean, this is insane. I found this the other day, and I have a witness in my trial completely contradicted his own testimony in 4 pages of transcripts. And the fact that this guy is at work today, the fact that this guy has a badge today, the fact that this guy's not being charged today is absolutely insane.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
I had in my trial, actually, one cop, Attorney General Agent Leo Segura from Pennsylvania, testified he was not at the scene at my house the day of the raid when the warrant was issued. Even though I've got his signature on the warrant, so like I have a document right now that says nobody wants to.
How come you think they feel so confident and comfortable lying in a court of law? They just get up and they just lie time after time, and they never get held accountable, right? I mean, it's just, they must be very good friends with the judges, and they know that they'll never be held accountable for all the lying they do.
Well, yeah, you know what it is. You're exactly right. It's the judges that don't uphold it, and it's the DOJ, man. You know, I don't like William Barr. It came out on investigation discovery, I believe, that William Barr's father actually was the one that got Jeff Epstein into the private school that he was at. So William Barr is just another lifelong Illuminati freak job. It looks like a child molester, probably is, in my opinion. And like with my case, I've contacted the DC DOJ, and they've done nothing. The FBI's done nothing. The Marshals have done nothing. The DOJ's done nothing. You know, all it takes is for an FBI agent or somebody from the public corruption unit of the DOJ to file a criminal complaint against these people in my case and take them to court and have them for jail. I mean, he did it with a local cop. I'm a local cop who was forcing women to have sex with him and be prostitutes to get off of made up charges, and they hit him after he was charged in the state less than 6 months after he got charged in the state. They hit him with 2 federal counts of conspiracy against rights for misuse of his badge, and he's doing 12 years in prison. He already pled out. Like, there's no reason with my case why you can't do it. But there's just so much stuff that happened with the FBI that they have a problem with me, and they don't know working on my sentencing statement. I got that pretty much made up. I got my standby counsel trying to work on a motion allegedly. I say allegedly because it says a lot of stuff that he never follows up on to get me in court sooner to get sentenced. Hopefully this week I'm going to try to start a timeline and get to you guys about everything that happened. My paperwork is getting backed up because it's extremely loud and obnoxious on this unit. And I just am having a very hard time concentrating. And it's not a psychological issue like they would love to say. It just gets extremely loud and I'm around a bunch of sex offenders and weirdos on this hashtag block. I got two guys. I got Chris Grant, another guy, Larry, his brother, guy up in 11 cell, constantly threatening my mom, my family. I'm threatening to rape my mom, harm my mom, find my family on Facebook. And I went to the COs about it, get done nothing. Went to the DA about it, he's done nothing. And it's just a joke. And I don't even know why I'm on this block. I don't belong on this block. I'm not PC. I'm not AdSeg. I shouldn't even be here. And it's just getting very old.
Yeah.
Quick. But I'm going to have some other issues, which hopefully I'll address next time I call you guys that I've had big kills. I've got to be saving because I've had so much other stuff going on. That I haven't brought up everything. That hopefully next time I call you guys I can bring up.
Yeah.
The other issues I've been having at the jail here.
Yeah. I hear you, Shawn, man. Jail ain't no freaking party, man. I know it's a pain in the neck. You mentioned William. You mentioned William Barr. Did you know that he was the first Attorney General when Waco first started? It was not Janet Reno. It was William Barr, and it was William Barr who sent the sniper team in to kill Randy Weaver at Ruby Ridge, dead or alive. And William Barr defended Lon Huriuchi, who was the sniper that killed Vicky Weaver when she had that her baby in her arms. So I'm no fan of William Barr either. I hear a lot of people saying good things about William Barr. I'm like, man, that guy is a devil. I don't like anything about him.
Yeah, I'm glad you told me that protection for that, Rudy. I did not know all that.
Yeah.
All that other stuff. I mean, yeah, I can see it would have been. I've seen the way they send out sniper basically hit teams to shut people up. And Waco was something with the branch Davidians. They were a different group of people, and the government doesn't like different groups of people. It's funny. It's another note I had. It isn't on all the notes I had to talk at different times. And I sound as defensive today, but it's funny. Like with this government, right? You look in history. This government is basically went into polygamy, for example, like a lot of the women out west, and they just arrested them and broken up the families. They just went after them brutally. You've got this culture. You've got people that have baby mamas with 8 different baby daddies and 5 different kids. Don't know who the daddy is. Not loving families, not loving home. Collecting welfare money and Section 8 money. And that is actually sponsored in our society. And you're looked up to. You're given ghetto respect pretty much in the society for doing it. And the government will crack down on it. So I keep thinking just more stuff. They want to try to cut down any group of people that doesn't fit in to a control mechanism for the government. And that's all it comes down to.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's right. If you can't be controlled by the government, then you become a target. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I remember it was funny, like all this racism stuff. They did a study of mainstream in a book called Freakonomics, and it's like over a decade ago, maybe 2 decades ago now. And they did a study basically about abortion, and the study came out and showed that the reason why some crime was going down was because abortion was actually cutting down on certain sectors of the population, and people just screamed it was racist. And not for against or whatever.
You have 1 minute remaining.
That whole argument, but people don't like facts a lot of times. But that is our 1 minute. So we'll see. I was reading Acts chapter 16 the other day. I was talking about God opening the doors prison and how he kind of shook the foundations that Paul and Silas were in Acts chapter 16. So hopefully I get these prison foundations shaken here at Lackawanna County. So if God could do it back in the day, I'm sure he can do it now.
Amen. 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 I'll go refresh my memory on Acts chapter 16, and I love the Bible references. Hey, real quick, you know, they talk about Black Lives Matter. There was a black preacher who went to their group and he held up a sign and he talked about 1,500 babies being killed by Planned Parenthood every single day, black babies, right? He said, how come their black lives don't matter? And they didn't want to hear anything he said. But anyway, we love you, Shawn. We're praying for you to get out of prison and look forward to hearing from you on any...
Thank you for using Global Telink.
Okay, that's Shawn Christy, and he's on the website, and I pray you find his address and write him a letter. Let him know you love him and care about him. Thank you for your time.